Let's be real. Motivation is unstable. It kisses you when life is good, then ghosts you at the first sign of trouble, and the worst part, you keep chasing it like it's the only thing that can change your life. But it's not. Motivation is just an emotional sugar rush. It pops up out of nowhere after a motivation movie, a nice speech, or that existential crisis at 2 in the morning. You get all hyped up, make plans, write goals, swear this time it's different. Then Monday hits. You are tired, stuck in traffic, surrounded by annoying people, and boom, motivation disappears faster than a politician's promise. And that's where we buy into the most comfortable lie ever. I'm just not feeling motivated today. I will start when I'm in the mood. You tell yourself you're only postponing, but deep down, you've already given up. You just don't want to face the guilt yet. Guilt, huh? Not really. Here's the truth. Motivation isn't reliable. It never was and it never will be. It's like that coworker that only shows up for coffee breaks but never does any work. Or that ex who texts you only when they are drunk. Sounds good in theory, useless in practice. Now think about it. Have you ever skipped brushing your teeth just because you weren't motivated? Of course not. Because that's not about a motivation, it's about habit, about values, about knowing it's something you simply have to do. Brushing your teeth is built-in discipline. Nobody sits there wondering if they are in the mood for it. So why the hell do you think you need to feel inspired to study, to train, to work, or just to do what needs to be done? What are you waiting for? An angel of motivation to drop from the sky with a ready-made plan? Problem is, they sold you the idea that motivation is a prerequisite for action, that you have to feel before you do. Total nonsense. Real life works the other way around. You do, and then the feeling might show up. Might. And if it doesn't, who cares? Results come from what you do, not from what you feel. The problem was never a lack of motivation. It's the ridiculous amount of expectation you've put on it. You are not lazy because you are unmotivated. You just bought into the dumb idea that you need to feel excited before you act. And as long as you keep waiting for that feeling, you will stay in snooze mode, always promising to start later, always frustrated for never having started. Wake up. Motivation isn't fuel, it's glitter. Looks nice for 5 minutes, then disappears as soon as it rains. What truly makes the difference is what you do when you don't feel like doing anything at all. This is where discipline comes in. The cold, ruthless queen that takes you exactly where we want to go. She's like that strict teacher that you hated back in school, but who, in the end, was the only one who actually taught you something useful. Discipline doesn't hug you, doesn't smile at you, and definitely doesn't care if you are tired. She just demands, period. While motivation is that flaky lover who disappears the moment things get boring, discipline is the loyal partner who drags you back to reality, even when you are kicking and screaming like a spoiled kid. And yeah, it's cruel. It will make you get out of bed when everything's falling apart. It will push you to train when your body is begging to stop. It will make you work when your brain feels like mush. And you know what? That's a good thing. The truth is, nobody likes discipline because it doesn't come with applause, it doesn't get likes, it doesn't give you dopamine. It comes with silence, with boredom, with sacrifice. But that is the secret. It works. It works when the world is collapsing, when you don't believe in yourself, when everything feels pointless. Discipline is pure action, and action in the end is the only antidote to chaos. Think about it. Have you ever seen a successful person say, "Oh, I only do things when I'm inspired"? Of course not. Olympic athletes don't wait for motivation to train at 5 a.m. Writers don't wait for a divine spark to sit down and write 1,000 words a day. Doctors don't wait to feel like it before saving a life. They just do it, because that's what needs to be done. You think one day you will just wake up magically wanting to change your life? Sorry, but that day is not coming. It doesn't exist. What does exist is a choice. You either decide now, even without wanting to, or you keep feeding the comfortable illusion that someday it will happen. Spoiler, it won't happen by accident. It happens by persistence. Discipline is like a blood pact with yourself. It's your word kept in the dark with no audience. It's saying, I will do it, and actually doing it, even when no one's watching. And when you live like that, the world changes, because you change. You start to trust yourself. And here is the crazy part. The more disciplined you become, the freer you get. Fear and laziness still show up, but they don't control you anymore. Your body might complain, but your mind already knows the game. We do what we must, not what we want. And every time you act without feeling like it, you don't just move forward, you evolve. And that, my friend, is worth more than any pretty speech about believing in yourself. Monday morning, 5 degrees, 0 will to live. Let's paint the scene. The alarm goes off. It's 6 a.m. Outside it's freezing. You wake up with a body stiffer than unpaid debt and a soul in a medically induced coma. Motivation 0. Will to get up? Negative 1000. And then comes the magic question. Do I really have to do this today? Yes, you do. This is the test. The crossroads between the version of you that just survives and the one that actually builds something out of this mess. Because anyone can be a hero when life's comfortable, warm, easy, and full of motivation. But Monday morning, 5 degrees, half dead with sleep, and you still get up? That's where the magic happens. That's the moment that separates real adults from oversized kids with tax IDs. Because growing up isn't about paying bills, it's about doing what needs to be done when everything in you screams the opposite. But I'm tired. Yeah, so what? You are gonna be tired anyway. Better tired and moving than tired and drowning in guilt. You know why these moments matter? Because they are rare and honest. It's when the mask falls off. No motivation speeches, no fake positivity, no filters. Just you, a warm blanket, cold air slicing through the room, and the decision to get up anyway. That is the kind of victory nobody claps for, but it changes your life. And it doesn't need to be epic. You don't have to run naked through the street shouting, I beat laziness. You just have to get up, put on your shoes, take the first step. Because at the end of the day, life is like pushing a rock uphill. The start sucks, but then you find your rhythm. And if the rhythm doesn't come, too bad, push anyway. People love to say, listen to your body. Sure, just don't listen all the time, or you will become a hostage to every little complaint. Listen to your body, yes, but also listen to your word, the promise you made to yourself. Remember that one? And let's be honest, you know you will feel better after doing it. You always do. No one comes back from the gym saying, I regret that. No one finishes a hard task thinking, man, I wish I had procrastinated more. So why all the drama? You don't need coffee. You don't need a mantra. You just need courage to get up and start moving. That's it. The rest will come. Or maybe it won't. Who cares? You've already started. And on days like these, my friend, just starting means you've already won. But how do you convince yourself to quit without even noticing? Self-deception is delicious. It tastes like instant relief and feels like a perfectly crafted excuse. You take a bite and think, just for today, I deserve it. I will get back on track tomorrow. But let's be real. You are not taking a break. You are bailing out. You are running away. You are giving up and pretending everything is under control. You don't say, I quit. You say, I'm recalculating my route. You don't say, I'm tired. You say, I'm respecting my pace. You don't say, I gave up. You say, I will come back when the time is right. But that right time never comes. It's Santa Claus for procrastinators, pure fantasy. And that is how mediocrity sneaks in, not with an explosion, but with a convincing whisper. And your brain, that lazy genius, loves to play along. It gives you beautiful justifications. You are exhausted. You will do it better when you are rested. Today is not the best day to make decisions, and you buy it, because it's easier, more comfortable, sweeter. Self-deception is like guilt-filled chocolate, sweet now, heavy later. You swallow it smiling, but you will digest it hating yourself. And then the loop begins. Guilt breeds paralysis. Paralysis breeds more excuses. And the cycle keeps spinning, graceful as a carousel of failure. Here is a classic example. That goal you made at the start of the year. This year I will take care of myself. Then February hits. Heat, hangovers, bills. You tell yourself, I'll wait until this phase passes. It passed. And now? It's June. You are still waiting for the right moment. That moment doesn't exist. And if it does, it's the one you least feel like acting in. You know how to spot self-deception? When you start dressing up your cowardice in beautiful words. When you start convincing yourself it's okay not to do what you said you would do. When you rationalize delay, surrender, and stagnation. As if you just discovered a new lifestyle. But it's not a lifestyle, it's sabotage. The truth is harsh, but freeing. You either keep your word to yourself, or you drift further away from the person you want to be. Every tiny act of giving up becomes a brick, building a wall between you and your goals. One brick a day disguised as rest. So, next time you skip a workout, delay a project, or tell yourself you will think about it, pause for a second and ask, am I really taking care of myself or just lying to myself again? If you ask that with courage, it might just save your day. You know those quiet promises you make to yourself? Monday I will start. Tomorrow I will wake up early. They are the most dangerous ones. Not because someone's watching, but because no one is. Every time you say you will do something and don't, your brain learns your word means nothing, and slowly you stop trusting yourself. Your goals fade into jokes, your plans turn into decoration, and you start believing your own excuses. Keeping your own word, that's real discipline. No applause, no audience, just you and the decision to do what you said you would. It's not self-help, it's survival. Because when you break your word, you burn the bridge between who you are and who you could become. Yes, it's hard, but that's the point. Integrity hurts before it heals. And in the end, when everything falls apart, the only voice that can help you standing is yours. The easiest way around it is by becoming a robot, but not a futuristic one. Just a simple machine. Wake up, do, repeat. It sounds cold, but that's exactly what most people need. A bit of strategic inhumanity. Humans are unstable. We let moods dictate our actions, turning I'm not in the mood into a lifestyle. Meanwhile, the robot just acts. Being robotic isn't about killing your feelings. It's about not depending on them. Emotions fade, but results last. You don't have to enjoy it. You just have to do it, because if your discipline depends on motivation, you will stay stuck. When you stop asking, how do I feel, and start asking, what needs to be done, life becomes simpler. You trade drama for direction, doubt for decision. Over time, even your emotions begin to respect you. They learn that resistance doesn't work anymore. Most people waste more energy thinking than doing, so be a robot. I said I would do it, so I will. Not in the mood, irrelevant. At first it hurts, then it drains you, and finally it frees you. Because the moment you stop depending on motivation, you unlock true freedom. And the crazy part, you don't need to change your whole life, just how you react to discomfort. Be a robot for 15 minutes, then another 15, then another, and before you know it, you've become unstoppable.